I'll make a video for you so you can see what I mean when I trade. So today, this is today. I was expecting a bounce from here, going higher to the previous day high. Not the previous day though, the previous day high. Whatever, we didn't get it. Tomorrow we have PMI, I think, or we have another news event at 10 a.m. So we're probably waiting till 10 a.m. to take that high. So this is what you need to know when it comes to news events. Can I remove everything? Just come over here. News events. Actually, let me show you what I mean by news events. Let's go to Forex Factory. This is where you're gonna see all your news. Right, this is Forex Factory. So today, this week, we had new CPI, Thursday, and Friday. Friday tomorrow we have 10 a.m. news. This wasn't PPI. This I don't know what the fuck that is, but it's whatever. It doesn't matter. We have 8:30 a.m. and 10 a.m. news. So we're probably gonna see a good move in the market. If we look at the 1 hour chart, we'll see that the days before CPI, we'll usually see us consolidate and trap traders like we did here on Monday. You know, consolidate, wouldn't do much. For then that news candle to come up and take that liquidity that we had. And then the same thing goes on. Tuesday we didn't really have a lot of news. We had news Wednesday, or Thursday we didn't have a lot of news Wednesday. We had news Thursday, we took all the liquidity there, and now we're coming back up, and now we're consolidating again. So we're still in the same range that we were. So that's what you have to know about news. Before the news events happen, there's going to be consolidation. After the news events happen, we're going to take the liquidity that was created before the consolidation. So because of that, I only trade news. Let me show you my checklist. I only trade when there's news. You can see over here, I kind of have it marked out of what I mean. You got weekly news, seasonal tendency, and weekly targets, right? So you'll see no news days, we'll have a consolidation, no news, consolidation. News will come, take the consolidation, and then news can take this, no news, and then let's say Friday we have no news again, and we're going to come back to the weekly range, right? This is like a higher time frame PDRA, maybe a high, a low, or whatever, some shit. I only trade news. This is my checklist. This is what I have to do it every day before trading, and then this is what I need to see for me to enter into a trade. So yeah, today I didn't take any trades because I didn't see what I wanted to see. That's what I wanted to see on ES for me to be able to take this high. It didn't happen. We just took the high, so I'm not gonna risk if I don't see what I want to see, right? Same thing on Wednesday. Wednesday is what I thought was gonna happen, and when that happened, it would just push down all the way down. We can see it in the video. But we just pushed all the way down. Then I was seeing maybe we can get a rejection off of that, but I didn't take any trade because I didn't see what I wanted to see again. I wanted to see us move higher above that. I was pretty close to taking the trade, but I didn't take any trade. You'll see them just closing in. So I didn't take any trade there. And then obviously Tuesday, I had this marked out. Already had all of this, and this is the trade I took. This is the trade I took from the CPI lows. We didn't take the CPI lows on the ES. That to me is an S&T. And we had an inversion right here, and I took it off of that inversion and not off of this because we're super bullish. I was thinking we're gonna go all the way up to previous week's highs. We didn't do it on Monday, which was my target for Monday. You'll see. Rather than targeting the previous week's highs. This is on paper trade, obviously, because there wasn't news on Monday, so I don't trade when there's no news. And then this is the news for this week. So yeah, I'm gonna put that on my other screen. and I'm gonna go on replay over here so we can check it out. What I do, I'm putting random bar, and I'm gonna take that off so we only see this. Can't even see yet, so I'm not gonna be using SMT for this for me to show you what I do, but ideally you always want to see an SMT, always. If not, then I usually don't take the trade. What day is this? Tuesday, July 15th. I'm gonna bring up the news for it. July 15th this week. No, not that week. This week, apply settings. So Tuesday, today we had CPI. This is CPI day, I guess. Here is the CPI. Ideally, if we were trading this day, what we'd want to see is NQ take this high and ES not take the high, and there we could have taken the shorts, or maybe ES not taking these highs and NQ taking these highs, and then maybe we could take the shorts. But it looks pretty choppy. Yeah. So we have PPI on Wednesday. So let's go in the 4 hour and mark out what I want to see. First of all, also what I want to see too is, let's check the seasonal tendency, right? Seasonality chart. This is what I use. It shows me the average, like the average amount that the S&P grows every year. So you have the 5-year, 15-year, and the 10-year. And so for July, we're mostly bullish, right? So I'm expecting us to move higher for July. And we kind of see that we're in this range, and then we're breaking out of this range, and now we're coming back into this range. We have this fair value gap first. You see it's a nearest fair value that we see. We have the NWOG right here marked out. So this week's NWOG is right here. So this could also be a point where I want to see price return into. Let's wait for that 6 a.m. candle to open. So we'll see. Okay. So this is what we're seeing right now. Let's look at this. So we're taking this. Let's mark out where he took this day's lows. Yeah, these days highs right here. Monday's lows are right here. And oh shit. Okay. I'm not gonna see whatever. So we see it goes up. I don't know when exactly it's gonna go up, but I'm just gonna mark out the previous week's highs and lows. I don't know exactly what it is, but whatever. We already know it's gonna go up. Looking at the seasonal tendency, we already know. So what are we seeing? What are we trying to see manipulate? These lows, London lows. 9:30 opens. We move lower into those lows. This low coincides with the NWOG, so I'm trying to see that get taken. There's also the CPI was here, yeah. So I'm trying to see these lows get taken either on ES or NQ before I enter. Right. So this right here tells me that we might have taken on ES. I don't know if I check it, will it show me? No, we haven't taken on ES. So right now, I would not take a single trade because we haven't done. We've done this model right here. What I want to see for me to be able to enter the trade, but we haven't taken a low out, so I can't take the trade. And maybe we'll probably see it push all the way up, right? Maybe, I don't know, whatever, it doesn't matter to me. Because, you see how choppy this shit is? I can't enter on that shit, bro. I want to see us take those lows first. Those lows got taken. Once they got taken. But right now, this is outside my trading window. So, ideally, we want to see this happen at 950. ES also took these lows, so there's no S&T there. So there's no There's no trade. There isn't a trade for me right now. There's no trade for this day. So now we gotta wait until the next day. Thank you. So we see we came back here. We bounced off the N1. What we're looking for now is this has now created an order block. So I can mark this out as an order block. F18, 22, 2 a.m. 2 a.m. created this, which did not create a bottom wick. So what I'm looking for is 2 a.m. about 6 a.m. to come down into here, because we didn't create a bottom wick. I'm looking for that bottom wick to be created, which it just did. Now we're looking for these highs, right? We're bouncing off the N wall. We're bullish on the week. We bounce off the N walk. We're respecting this fair value gap. We have another fair value gap over here that we're inversing. We had a small fair value that we're coming up into that we respected, and we also have this order block that we're going higher. This is Wednesday. This is Thursday. Thursday we have 8:30 news. So again, we're gonna look at this. Looks like those were swept after 9:30, right there. So because we're already overextended, what I'm looking for us is to come back into this range. Let's look at the ES, how the ES went. So 9:30 did not take the London lows on ES, and ES is going higher. So that to me is an SMT. You see how ES took these lows? I mean NQ took those lows, and ES didn't take those lows. That is an SMT. So we have confidence now to go higher. What I need to see is us come back down to a discount. And hold up, we can mark one more thing out is first presented fair value gap, which is right here, and then also the first presented 10 a.m. fair value gap, which is right here, is this one. The reason why I'm not marking out this one is because it's in a 10 a.m. candle. I'm gonna do it like 10-1. So now we just wait for. We want to wait for ideally a 5-minute change of state of delivery. So price is now coming back into here. 50%. We have the fair value up. Now I want to see price close above this, which we do. We create that breaker block right here. Usually, again, my time window is 10:10, but there's also another macro at 10:30. So I can take this long all the way from here to my target, which is right there. And then I would be taking profit as it goes higher. You know. And then here, you'll probably enter another right here because we're expecting this 10 for value gap. Then yeah. You see, very simple strategy. I'm just reading what the market is doing based off the 4-hour, coming up to this highs, marking out the nearest things I see, the daily highs, daily lows. I'm marking out those sessions, whatever, and you're able to get a trade that is, let's see how much RR could have gone on this trade. Enter right here, stop right here. The 2.5, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, we missed. Oh, actually, we didn't miss it. We just continued going higher. So you see how we came back up to the discount. That was in that 5-minute fair value gap. We closed higher. That's all things I use to try to get into a trade. So this is a change in state of delivery. If we look at the 15-minute down here, this is that. If you look at the checklist right here, let's look at the checklist. So we waited for 9:30 to hit those levels. 9:30 came down, hit that level, London lows. Wait for that 15-minute SMT and sweep of liquidity, which is right here. We close above those lows, so that's a sweep. Then we gotta wait for that